like a hop-on, hop-off bus, like good tour. Better for Kristen because she doesn't have to figure out where to go now. Our first hop-off from the hop-on, hop-off bus is the Sagrada Familia, which first impression is just amazing, I think. It's just giant, and I think it's like the most unique church that I've ever seen. Right, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, that's for sure.
It looks like a big sand castle. Gaudi designed it. It's his most famous work. I think it's the most visited site in the country, too. It's still not finished. And apparently your entrance fee goes towards like the costs of further construction.
They said that Gaudi left specific instructions as to how to put it together.
So we walked around to the other side of the Sagrada Familia for the first time, and amazingly it looks better, I think, than the other side that we saw first.
That's really awesome. I didn't expect the other side to be like a completely different type of stone and like design. It's like two different people made it, but at the same time you can kind of tell that it's the same.
This side is has that like melting look.
Yeah.
That is like sort of recognizable.
It's so weird.
Definitely in the running for coolest church ever.
You could see the sunlight going through the stained glass, reflecting up on the ceiling like that. It's really awesome. So you get those cooler hues over here, and on this side it's the warmer hues, reds and oranges. It's really clashing, but it kind of works. Huh. This may be like the worst video of all time. I don't even know where to start, to be honest. There's just a lot going on. Over here is where we entered. So we've only just started to walk on this wing here on the left-hand side. So this is just the beginning.
And somehow the interior at least is as impressive as the outside. I actually think it might be more impressive. So Pope Benedict dedicated this in 2010. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but they said for that occasion they had 700 choir members on these terraces up here, which wraps around. And you know, given the size of this place, you can just imagine what that must have sounded like. So these columns represent a forest, and they branch up there. And these little areas, these vaults as they're calling them, are representing the forest's canopy. And just like a real forest, it dampens sound and light. There's just symbolism in every nook in this place. Just realized this place is bigger than we thought, because the crypt is down here. see too much from this angle, but it's the oldest part of the basilica, and it's where Gaudi was buried. Yeah, the light's amazing in here. It was immediately noticeable when you walk in, because the outside is, as amazing as it is, it's very monochromatic.
You know what's cool about it is because a lot of churches, they try to like overdo it on the inside, and they have like the columns are painted or there's some sculptures on it. But for the most part, these columns are just kind of like bland, so it allows the light to reflect off of it and not be like the focal point.
The religious figures are very geometrically shaped, which gives it a really cool look. It's very unique. We are now 65 meters high in one of the towers. I think the Nativity Tower. And as we said before in another video, this is wheat and grapes to symbolize bread and wine. Here's a look at the progress on one of the towers.
There's 12 towers for the 12 apostles, then there's one for Mary, then the big one's going to be for Jesus, and then there's 4 other ones for people that like helped write the scriptures.
Also, the expected completion date of 2026 is the 100th anniversary of Gaudi's death, which, by the way, was an accident. He was run over by a street car. And Caitlin is an arrogant asshole. Doesn't take much to please Kristen.
Usually when you enter a church, you enter from the rear and
Okay, just arrived at Park Grill. This is the front entrance, and it's a pretty good view.
we were just discussing how this looks like a gingerbread house. It's really tasty.
Yeah, I do kind of want to like eat that.
Just like bite right in.
We're walking through Park Güell right now, designed by none other than Gaudi. If it wasn't for Gaudi, there would be no tourist sites in this whole city. Not that it's not a great city, but he designs like literally all of them. We saw one of these in, where was it, Bangkok?
Yeah.
So we've been looking for the iconic viewpoint in Park Güell, and we think we've realized that the part of the park that you have to pay for, of course, contains that, which we would be okay with doing, but we have to wait until 6 p.m. to get an entrance, and we're not waiting that long. So this is the best that we're gonna get. But it's got a bunch of these like blue
Like
colored mosaics.
Yeah, mosaic tile. Mosaics are pretty cool.
There were a bunch of cool fountains and waterfalls over there, like not that long ago, and then we just came over here to get a video, and now they're off. I'm not sure when they're going to be back on, so that's all you get.
Okay.
Then we have these two towers here. Kind of look like the tower in St. Mark's Square in Venice to me. Except there are two here and only one there. This is the Plaza de Español, one of the biggest squares in the city. Good thing they didn't turn off those films.
Still time.
And this here is an old bullfighting ring. And bullfighting is now banned in Catalonia, so they turned this into a mall. We're now up at the art museum, and there's the view from up here of the same spot we were just at. Plaza de España, the old bull ring, and Sagrada Familia. It's probably the best viewpoint we've had so far. We just got off the hop-on, hop-off bus tour, which we found really disappointing because they didn't give us any information.
At all.
We got off randomly and then found this. They didn't tell us this was here. I'm not sure what it's called, as per usual. But it's awesome and very gothic.
La Misericordia.
So we just found this.
It's a bunch of different candy and licorice, and you can put them inside these food bottles. It's a cute idea.
It smells like Kukulana.
It's really cute.
And you can look out here. It gives you the ingredients. And for instance, it has 7% ho ho ho. And it adds up to 100% happy pill.
You want some happy pills?
Not those kind of happy pills.
We went to a restaurant to put in our name because you need to have reservations like really anywhere you go. So we're just waiting in limbo until it's time for us to eat. So we stopped by a bar to try to get some drinks, and Justin, of course, is always interested in beer. That's all he ever drinks is beer and water. And apparently the place that we're at is only like a wine bar, and they only serve wine, no beer, no nothing. So he's trying wine for the very first time, which I'm actually kind of impressed by. So we are now going to videotape his first sips of a white wine and a red wine. We got a Riesling, and then this other red one, I have no idea what it is. It says Los Crestas, whatever that means.
Am I supposed to like sniff it first?
I mean, don't chug it, just sip, yeah.
First of all, this is not the first time I've tried wine. I've gone on wine tasting tours.
Oh, I didn't know
in
that.
an effort to get into wine because I want to like wine.
Yeah.
It never works out. That's bad. I don't know which one I like more. They're both so close to each other.
They're not close at all. One's a red and one's a white. It could be more contrasting.
Compared to everything else, they both taste like one.
Well, which one are you gonna drink?
I don't know. I'll try them both again. Why don't you try them?
Well, it's old hat for me to try wine.
I think I like the white more.
Wow.
The red is like really abrasive. I can feel it in my stomach. It feels like when you like take a shot of whiskey, that's what it feels like to me. Like I just feel it in my esophagus.
God, try the white again.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink the white.
Okay.
Which is good because you like red more,
I
right?
do. So this is certainly the weirdest bathroom I've ever been in. First of all, when I walked in, there's this cool little well here. Then you see the sign here, open, close, and it took me a few minutes, but if you press it, there's the toilet. And then if you close it, you hear it flush.
So we both ordered some paella here, our first paella in Spain. Very good. Both of them are pretty similar. They're different orders. Kristen's is deboned and de-shelled, even though the lobster tail is shelled. And there's a slight different taste, but they're very similar, but super flavorful and really good. Alright, so we just arrived at La Pedrera. This is an apartment building that Gaudi was hired to build for some rich family that lived on the first floor, and then they rented the rest out, and they got paid to live there basically. And it's like really high class, and yeah, we're gonna go check it out. This is the courtyard in the middle. Didn't know this, but people still live and work here. There was a long line of tourists for the elevator, so we're deciding to walk 8 floors up, where there's no line of tourists.
Whoa, that's cool.
Nå, så kan vi lige tage et billede af den herfra. Så har vi Kristen alligevel her.
That's awesome. Been trying to wait for people to move out of the way, but it's just not going to happen. So this is the view. Oh, we got, no. It's close enough though. Get the idea.
Gaudi was really interested in studying nature to inspire his architectural ideas. Here's a skeleton of a snake, and you can see how that looks like the attic that we're in right here. And there's so many examples like that between this place and also the Sagrada Familia. Alright, so we're now at Camp Nou, largest stadium in Europe. And it's pretty huge. And we're gonna go see a Barcelona game. It holds about 100,000 people, just under 100,000.
wanted to videotape our bedroom before we left Barcelona. This was about 80 euros a night, just some things. It's our own private bathroom, shower.